Melania Trump's quest to sell the book that someone else wrote for her continues, and it's entered into a strange new conspiratorial phase. Take a look at this.
The attempt to end my husband's life was a horrible, distressing experience. Now, the silence around it feels heavy. I can't help but wonder, why didn't law enforcement officials arrest the shooter before the speech? There is definitely more to this story, and we need to uncover the truth.
What the hell was that? What was that? Not one of the weirdest things you've seen this cycle? Is that not the weirdest first lady or former first lady video ever been released? Like she said, conspiracy theory, something about my husband. He was shot by a Republican, but that's not good enough. So we're gonna pretend it's something else. So we need to find out the truth. I don't know what the truth is supposed to be. I don't know how they were supposed to lock the guy up. I haven't seen any evidence that they knew anything about him. She doesn't seem bothered by the fact that he was able to get the deadly weapon that killed another person. Doesn't seem to care about the fact that other people died at all. She certainly doesn't mention it, but Donald Trump got a boo-boo, so that's worth mentioning. But something conspiracy theory, and then it fades out and it fades back to her book. What does that have to do with her book?
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
That's not what the book is about. It's not like her quest to uncover the plot to kill Donald. You can't, I was gonna say you can't do that. Can you do that? Can you just say whatever you want, fade to black, fade back to your book? Can I make like a point about abortion and then it fades to black and then it comes back and it's Shadow of the Mouse Thief, my animal fantasy story? Can you just do that? Or more importantly, can you do that? Can somebody just make that, I guess? Is that a thing you can do? But I think that is a thing you can do because the right is so pathetic, the grift doesn't have to make any sense. She could just say, chemtrails, Melania. And I guess that's how it works now. I suppose those ads would make as much sense as perfume ads make, I guess in her defense. But anyway, I'll remind you that the collector's edition of her memoir, which I'm sure is just filled with just the truth of what's really going on. Oh, you'll learn so much from this book, goes for $250. And it'll never get old how much these literal billionaires fleece their supporters for. Melania Trump could spend money every minute at levels that you will never imagine for the rest of her life and end her life a billionaire. But she wants $250 from people that for some reason look up to her. It's never enough for these people. And of course, this sort of conspiracy, she's now entering into it. It's very normal for her family. So Eric Trump had said to Maria Bartiromo, I said that the Democrats would stop at absolutely nothing. I've said on this show before, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried something even worse, alluding to exactly what happened. And I was right. Except as usual, no, you weren't. Because it wasn't a Democrat, it wasn't planned by Democrats, it was a conservative Republican. That's what all of the evidence shows. That doesn't necessarily make a ton of sense, but that's what it is. That's all that it is. I know that you don't like that. You wanted it to be Antifa, not only because it just fits with your worldview, but then we win the election, right? I mean, if Antifa tried to kill, except that they didn't. It was a conservative Republican who apparently just wanted to make a name for himself. He considered shooting up the RNC, considered shooting up the DNC, he considered shooting up Democrats, he considered shooting up Republicans, and he went for the one that I guess was within a drive of him. And so he nicked your husband and actually killed someone. That's what happened. Don Jr. said they're trying to jail their political opponents. They're now trying to kill it. No, they're not. They're just lying. Now that's just lying for political benefit. Melania is not lying for political benefit. I don't think that she gives a damn about whether Donald Trump becomes president, except maybe it'll get him out of the house more. It's just about the money. And again, these people will never run out of money. They could buy everything they could imagine. They will never run out of money. They're not happy enough. They think somehow, for some reason, more money will do it. Well, the joke's on them because it won't. And before we move on, I just wanted to show one reply that I saw to her video, and I love this. So I Love America News, which is verified on Twitter, so you know it's legit, posted this meme. I adore Melania Trump. And it's shots from when she did her one contractually obligated appearance at the RNC for one day, where she kissed him near the cheek, stood next to him. And my favorite part, do you know what my favorite part of this meme is? It's the top right image that they took of them holding hands. Now, this account, I'm sure actually loves Melania Trump and actually loves Donald Trump. But it's like, no, I swear they like each other. Look, I have evidence that they held hands. Here, let me cite the evidence of them holding hands. My God, if somebody who's like a fan of me ever has to defend the quality of my marriage by saying, hey, look, they once touched each other, that's really sad. It's super sad. And this person doesn't get how pathetic that is. You don't need to see, like Joe Biden and Jill holding hands because it's so routine that it doesn't merit screen capping. But for them, they're like, dear God, we found the proof. So sad. Anyway, with that said, we're gonna move on to one more topic in just a second. I'm gonna read a few comments. I think we're probably just gonna do this one more. Since I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, I'm gonna give a gift to the producers of tomorrow of one story that's already ready to go. But first, Stoneflower Dragon, member for 43 months, says, before Biden backed off, there was very little support shown for VP Harris. When folks were showing lack of support for President Biden, that's why some were so adamant for the president. Well, sure, look, there was no foregone conclusion that they would embrace her. Like the sort of embrace that she got after she declared, she's never really had that level of support before. So I think that's fair to say. The Gimtastic Tafali became a upgraded to tier 2 membership. Thank you. Jesse became a tier 1 member. I saw your comments earlier, Jesse. Thank you. Okay, Velvet Goldmine. The book, the collector's edition, is $250. I think it's probably like $50 for the regular one. Either way, it's her book. She ain't right. And it's just images that are on her Instagram already. I don't understand people buying these books. I don't. Go buy Shadow the Mouse Thief if you're gonna buy a book. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.